Kidding me. Hi. I told y'all you were gonna get sick of me. I can go live again.
That's a mess.
Let's see. My husband says it's a mess. What's a mess? That I'm going live again or that I'm going live about my chair? Oh my goodness. That looks really big. Hey y'all. How it feel? What's happening? How it feel? I don't know if I'm going to be able to listen. I need some support tonight. I am gonna share some things. Hey Erica, how are you? I am gonna share some things with you all, but there's a major development in my life. It's a major development in my life. Hey Sandra, how are you? So I need some support in this major development in my life.
Major.
Hold on. I gotta get this out of the way.
I'm glad that's major.
I have say hi. Say hi.
Hi.
Y'all see? Hey Cassandra. Oh, Cassandra's on. Good. I'm glad you're here. Barbara's here. Barbara Flowers is here. Gotta let a few more people come in. Tiffany, how are you? My coaches are on. There's Coach Tiffany. So this
is major.
There's a major development that's getting ready to happen, like right now.
So I can buy stuff so cheap. It'd be major.
No.
That's awesome.
That does not work. So y'all invite somebody. Can y'all hear me okay? Can y'all hear me okay? I hope so. Because I have a major transformation that's getting ready to happen. So I told you guys are gonna get sick of me because I just got out of jail on yesterday. And what you say? If I had a pink one?
You should have ordered a pink one.
I couldn't find a pink one. You hear me? Okay, you hear me okay? All right. Okay, so let me tell y'all a little bit of the story. No, don't go. I'm trying to tell Apostle to hold on, okay? So they hear me loud and clear. So y'all know, well, first of all, good evening. Are you going to sleep? You going to sleep on my story, honey? Okay, so first of all, y'all invite some people in here, okay? Because this is going to be good, okay? It's going to be good. But anyway, for those of you who are in for the first time, hi. I have not been on for a while because I've been in Facebook jail. Y'all heard the story. I'm going to keep on talking about it because I'm hurt. I am shocked and appalled. I really am. So, yeah. Say it again. He says Facebook needs a whooping. Cassandra said, "Hey, Apostle." So anyway, I was in Facebook jail because of something silly, and a post I did on my husband's birthday because I took him away for the week, for not even a whole weekend, just like overnight. Just as a surprise thing. And I said that I can't say the word because they might put me in jail again. I didn't even say the word last time. I just typed it. Anyway, I took him away unexpectedly. How about that?
You
what?
You did a kid that was taking a sleep.
That's a good one. He said he's trying to give me an easy way to say it. When a child goes to sleep, what is it? Because I ain't saying it. I ain't typing it. Don't none of y'all type it. Don't do nothing. It's a mess. Anyway. Hey Maria. Hey Nelvia. Hey Charlene. Good to see y'all on. So listen. So y'all invite some folks in here because I have some good stuff to share with you. I got to get you caught up with my life. Okay. And yeah, if you're on for the first time, it looks like there's a little delay in my video. If you're on for the first time, my name is Kimberly Jones. I am what am I? I don't even know. I'm a coach. What else am I?
Everything.
He says I'm a everything. I'm a pastor. I'm an apostle. What else am I? I'm a wife, a mother, a grandmother, an author. a mentor, a spiritual mom, all those things. But at my core, y'all know what the deal is. I'm a Jesus girl. I'm a what?
A traveler.
A traveler, a world traveler. Yes. Oh, I'm a realtor.
Oh yeah.
Let me show y'all. Want to see my realtor sign? Look at one of my realtor signs.
Don't say nothing about realty.
Oh, this is my rider that I put on my sign. Anyway, if you know anybody that's looking for a house, want to sell a house, want to buy a house, want to invest in property, I'm your girl, okay? In addition to everything else that I do. Anyway, that was something that the Lord told me to do, and we just did it. We did it. We said okay, and you missed the teaching. Well, I'm getting ready to teach some tonight too. But first, I was just chatting it up a little bit. Y'all remember? Oh my God, do y'all remember? That's how we normally do it. We come on and we chat it up a little bit before we take the dive into whatever it is that the Lord is saying. So that's what that was all about. Anyway, okay, so this is the major development. You guys, hey Teresa, you've been thinking about me? Oh, that's sweet. That warms my heart. That warms my heart. Okay, so y'all see this chair. Y'all see, many of you know that this chair, like when we moved into our new home, it's been almost 2 years now. I can't believe how fast time is going by. When we moved into the house, this was an addition to I remember seeing it in the store. And I remember saying, I want that chair, honey. It's so pretty. And listen, even on video, it doesn't do it any justice, okay? Because what's this material, honey? Like a velvet. It's kind of velvety. Hi, Diana. How are you? It's kind of velvety and has the nice, what do you call these things, honey? There's just the trim.
Rivets.
It's beads. Rivets and beads around it, and it's big, and it's got this nice, what do you call this? That kind of back?
Contour.
It's nicely contoured, and that's
throne.
that's not a wing. Somebody, that's a throne. It is not. Hi, Diana. I'm so glad that you're here. I'm being a little silly. I'm going to get into something really good that I hear the Lord saying. But okay, so I bought this chair 2 years ago, and I loved it. I still love it. But guess what? It's time for me to change seats. See, this is good. Y'all know something was coming with it, right? Right. Okay, so this is what has happened over the past couple years. I broadcast from here. Everybody loves this seat. I get a lot of compliments about my chair. It goes with the background, right? It's kind of girly and cute and all of that, right? But this is the deal with the chair, y'all. This is the deal. It has not been good for my body, okay? Because it's kind of low, right, honey? Mm-hmm. It's kind of low to the ground. It doesn't give me any lumbar support, and then I've been having, seems like some issues like with the nerve in the back of my leg. It's just no support. It looks good, but there's really, it's not really good for my body. And just physically, this seat is not good for me anymore. Okay. So it was really hard for me to make a decision to get a new seat, because I love this one and I love the way it looks, and I just love that it's pretty and that it's girly and all that kind of stuff. But it's not suitable. It does not benefit me. As a matter of fact, it actually hinders me. Hey, Hope, how are you, woman of God? It actually hinders me in what I'm supposed to be doing, because I'll sit here and I'm broadcasting, or I'm working, or I'm on the prayer line, and all of a sudden, come on, Cassandra, you get ready to help me preach, aren't you? And so all of a sudden I'll get a pain in my leg, and I can't even sit here. I have to get up, right? And so I've been contemplating for a while now. I've been talking to my honey about it, saying I got to change my seat. Like, I got to do something different. And I've been hesitant because I am so attached to this seat. I'm so attached to this position. Are y'all listening to me? I want you to hear me, because for many of you that are listening right now, those of you who will listen later via replay, you're going to get some from this. At some point or another, you have to be willing to change seats, okay? In essence, you got to be willing to change your position. Many times we outgrow positions, we outgrow people, places, and things, but because we are so connected, we are so intertwined with what we're used to that we don't want to let go, even when it's causing us pain, even when it's hindering our progress, even when, it's slowing us down, because we are so familiar with certain people, places, and things. They've been around forever. It looks good that we are associated with certain people, places, and things. So we don't want to let it go. When in all actuality, if you look at it very closely, you'll find that you have overstayed your welcome in a particular space or in a particular relationship or doing a particular thing. And it's time for you to change seats. Okay. So you have to really change your perspective, the way that you're seeing things. Is it more beneficial for me to look good, or is it beneficial for me to be seated comfortably in a way that I can best fulfill my purpose and my destiny? Are y'all listening to me? Oh my goodness. This is good. I didn't even know I was going to do this. But anyway, we have to begin to think about things differently, because if not, we will find ourselves stuck in places. And because it looks a certain way, right? We will settle for something that is a whole lot less than what God has intended for our lives. And so sometimes we get to the point where we got to shift. Somebody type shift, especially where we are right now. We've just entered over into June. We're into the second half of 2022. Now, this is a good place right here for you to do. No, it's not the second half yet.
End of the first.
The end of the first. Oh, that's right. The end of the first half of 2022. So this is okay. This is the month before we cross over. That's right. I'm glad you said that, because I've been saying that. So we are just about halfway through. And I'm glad you said that, honey, because this is a good month for us to really make a good and a very close assessment of where we are and how we're going to spend the next 6 months. Okay. So June, I would say June is kind of a transition month from the first half of the year into the second half of the year. Okay. This is perfect, perfect, perfect. And so it's very important that you look at where you are. So what do you want to look at? You want to look at your relationships. You want to look at your ministry pursuits. You want to look at your finances. You want to look at your career if you're out in the marketplace. You want to look at your family. This is a good time to take a really good assessment of your life in general, and then begin to ask yourself, is the way that I have positioned or seated myself in this season or prior to now, has it been most beneficial to my progress and my health, in addition to the progress and the health of those that I'm connected to? Am I able to go the long haul in things based on how I'm positioned and how I'm seated in this season? And so I want you, hey Tanya, how are you? I want you to begin to ask yourselves that. Now hold that thought, because I'm getting ready to make some shifts. Okay. Right here, I'm going to make, and my husband said, I said, this is major for me. Okay. I hope that works too, because that looks kind of big. that chair, it looks kind of big, but let's see what happens. I'm going to do it. Come on, honey. Y'all hold tight. I'm getting ready to make this change in my seat. Okay. So hold on just a second. Here we go.
Stand there.
Where? Okay. So the first, he's moving that one out of the way. He's moving that one out of the way. And sometimes I can even from this point right here, I can even, talk from this perspective, that when you're in the transition, it's kind of uncomfortable, right? And you really don't know what to expect. And so sometimes you find yourself in kind of that transition period while things are being adjusted in your life. And many times that is where we find ourselves when God says for us to shift. Oh my goodness. He says for us to shift. See, that feels really good. That feels really good. So now I have, let me show. Let me show y'all first. So this is my new seat. Now it might not be as pretty and as lovely as my other one, right? As my big blue chair. That's what I call it, the big blue chair. However, let me tell y'all, this thing feel good.
Well, the key thing is now rise up.
Ah.
You were seated too low. Your posture was off.
Come here. Did y'all hear that? He says I was seated too low and my posture was off. And y'all, this feels good. And so now I'm in a position now where I'm more what do you call it, honey? I can make the needed adjustments. I can make the needed adjustments of whatever I need to do. If I need to listen, whatever I need to do, I can do it. Whereas this is so good. Whereas in that other chair, it was a nice chair. It's a pretty chair, right? However, I was kind of stuck. You get it? I was kind of stuck. And sometimes because we're so married to the way something looks or the way something sounds or the way something feels, that we won't even give ourselves an opportunity. Now, I didn't even think about that when I made this shift, that I was going to be able to be more flexible. That's the word I was trying to come up with, that I would be more flexible. And so not only am I able to, adjust this chair up and down and the arms adjust, and I couldn't do this in the other chair. I couldn't do this right here. Oh, y'all know I'm having a good time with this one, right? I couldn't do this in the other chair. And we don't even know what we're missing out on when we stay stuck in certain places, because that's what we're used to. And because that's what that's what's common to us, or that's what's familiar to us. You see, the place where God is getting ready to take you, you don't even have any idea of how much flexibility and mobility you're going to find in this next shift. Oh my goodness, that you thought that it was good where you used to be. You thought it was good how you used to be positioned, but where God is getting ready to take you, and how he's getting ready to move you around, and how he's getting ready to shift you in this season, you won't even begin to imagine it until you make that move. And it's all about how you look at it and how you perceive it. And even when I was changing out seats, there was a minute there where, it seemed like I was out there in nowhere land, right? But there was something better coming. And I want to encourage somebody that's listening tonight, not to be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to make the transition. Don't be afraid to move. Don't be afraid of what it looks like, because listen here. All right, Minister Hope, listen, even though it doesn't look the same, even though it doesn't feel the same, right? It is so better suited for what God has called me to do. This is better suited for that. And so, sometimes we're putting up with stuff that we don't have to put up with. And simply to stay in a place where we're in so much pain. Like, who does that? Who puts up with whatever and endures the pain just to stay in a comfortable place? Many times we do that. We'll put up with stuff, people, places, and things, again, that we don't even have to put up with if we would just simply make the shift. Okay. And so I am way off the ground now. I'm not low down to the ground. These long legs are able to stretch out. Come on. There's a part of your capacity that you have not even been able to use because you're in small places that you have really outgrown. Come on, somebody. Why would I put myself in the pain of staying in a place that's not conducive to what God desires to do in my life? Why would I want to stay in small places, low places, just because it looks a certain way. You see, some of y'all, oh my God, here we go. Some of y'all are afraid to come up out of some different groups and associations because you think that it's not going to get any better than that. You think that you have to be with a certain, group of people or an organization or whatever, because you think that's where you get your clout. And that's the only way you're going to be successful if you're associated with that particular thing. But the Lord is saying, even on tonight, the Lord is saying, I got something better for you. And it's not going, there is no reference point. When you look at this chair and the chair that I was in, they don't even look alike in any shape, form, or fashion. The only thing that they have in common is that I can sit in both of them. I can sit, listen, I can sit in many places. But what is the God ordained place? What is the place that God has said and set for me to sit in this hour? You can do a lot of things. Listen, you can go a lot of places. You can be associated with a lot, but what is the thing that God has ordained for you to do? Because I can sit in that chair. I could have stayed in that chair, but it was going to cause me pain. Come on, it was going to slow me down. Come on, it might have looked good, but it was going to, long term cause some conditions and some things that I'm just not willing to deal with. And so in order for me to make the progress that is necessary in this season, I had to be willing to shift. And you have to be willing to shift in this season. Because where God is taking you, you haven't been there before. And the need is different in this season. The requirements are different in this season, okay? Where you're going is so much different in this season. And so you must be willing to do something different. You must be willing to make a change. Yes, that's right, Cheryl. Cheryl says she just interviewed for a new job. She's changing seats. She's changing positions, and it's different than what she's used to. She says she's nervous because it's out of her norm, and that's okay. Because listen, I hope I love you. Listen, we feel the feeling, but we choose the behavior. Now, I may be a little nervous about the new thing that God is doing, but I'm going to do it anyway. Because I don't have any time to waste. I don't have any more time. I don't have any more minutes. I don't have any more hours to give to something that's causing me so much pain. I don't have any more patience for things that are slowing me down. I don't have any more any more time for things that God has not ordained for my life in this season. So I'm going to make the shift that God requires me to make in this season. And it doesn't matter how it looks. It doesn't matter what other people say. I'm going to do it anyway. And so, listen, some of you guys have to begin to take that perspective and say, you know what, we're getting ready to cross over into the second half of this year. And if it looks different, then, well, it just looks different. If I look different, I just look different. If how I do things is different now, it's just what God is doing in my life. And so I have to be willing to make those changes and to shift in ways that are conducive to the purpose and the call that is upon my life. I can't be stuck in just one place. I can't get stuck in other people's opinion about who I am and what I should be doing. I can't get stuck because this is the way everybody else does it. Everybody else has a pretty chair. Everybody else is doing it this way. Everybody else is sitting this way. How is it that God has called you to be postured in this season? Because let me tell you, I say this all the time. He's only going to anoint you in the right seat. Okay. Then what I usually say, he only anoints the authentic version of who you are. But in this example tonight, he only anoints you when you are in the right seat. Are you listening to me tonight? Are y'all hearing me tonight? He's only going to anoint you. Hey, Leanna, he's only going to anoint you when you are in the right seat. Okay. When you are postured properly, when you have made the shifts and when you have made the adjustments that are necessary for the season that you're in. Now in some seasons, the last seat was okay. All right. Because listen, let me tell you this. that seat that I was in, that beautiful blue chair that I was in. Now that chair would be okay if I had a small purpose. If what I did only required me to be in that seat every now and then. Come on, somebody. If I was one that didn't need to be in this position, okay. If I didn't need to be in this position often, then that seat would have been okay. But the fact that God has called me to this seat, that He has called me to this position, and it is a position and a seat that I must assume on a daily basis, and on a daily basis, and hours and hours in one day, I assume this seat and this position. Are y'all listening? Come on, Shantae. These seats are changing fast. And so, for somebody else, that seat might be okay. For somebody else, for them in that season, maybe that's what's needed. But, after a while, God is saying, wait, okay, now we're getting ready to do something different. And I need you to be able to hang in there for the long haul. I don't need you just to be grimacing and looking like it's okay, when all it's going to take is a simple shift for you to be able to have some longevity in what I'm doing in your life. Okay. So we got to be willing to shift. So that, that I know my husband said, I said, I'm going to go live and I'm going to make this major shift. He said, major? I was like, I'm going to make this major shift in front of everyone. And the reason why I say it's major is really because of the message behind it. And I want you guys to hear that tonight. It's necessary that I have the proper posture. Are you listening to me, birthday girl? It's necessary that I have some mobility. Like, people try to box you in, try to keep you in just one. It's important that I have, listen, and let me tell you, that chair was so much bigger than this one. This one allows me to see the room and the space that I'm operating in. It's not overwhelmed by something that's not necessary. And so what begins to happen is God is going to begin to move things out of your life that are occupying space that you need in order to grow, space that you need in order to spread your wings. Okay. Now, I couldn't do that in the other chair because of the high back and the high sides. Right? But now listen, I can stretch out. And so that's what God is doing for many of you. He's putting you in new rooms. He's putting you in new seats. He's putting you in new posture so that you can begin to stretch out, so that you can begin to feel the capacity that He has ordained for your life in order to touch the lives that are connected to you. Now, you can't be boxed in. You can't be in small, tight places. You got to have room to move, and you have to have room to grow. So, and let me tell you this, some people in your life will tell you you're okay where you are. Like, you don't need to make any shifts. You don't need to make any moves. You don't need to do anything different. You're good right where you are. But those are people that are probably boxed in themselves as well. But when you begin to make moves, when you begin to shift your seat, when you begin to allow yourself to assume positions that God has ordained for you, it gives you more room. It gives you room to grow. It gives you room to grow into the place and the space that God has ordained for your life. See, many of you don't even realize what you have at your disposal, because you have a whole bunch of clutter. You have things that you don't need. You're sitting in chairs that are taking up all the room. And so you think, I don't have the resources I need. I don't have the people that I need. I don't have the money that I need. I don't have the gifts and the talents that I need. I don't have anything that I need. And that's what tends to happen when we are sitting in the wrong seat. But sitting in the right seat will change your perspective. It will change your perception. All of a sudden, the scales will come off your eyes and you'll look around and say, you know what? I missed that before. I didn't know that was there. Or I didn't take advantage of this gift that's on the inside of me. Or I dismissed or minimized, right? I minimized it because I had a whole bunch of stuff in my surroundings that really hid the value of what was already in my hands. So there are some things that you have been carrying around for years and years, and you've not given yourself the credit for what you already have. That's right. Destiny helpers are coming in Jesus' name. I love it, Barbara, that we have missed out on some things because we have been blinded and we have been boxed in, and we don't even realize that God has already given us everything that pertains to life and godliness. All we got to do is be willing to change our seats, to change our perspective, to change our vantage point, in order for us to see exactly what God is doing. So I don't know about y'all, but listen, I'm moving. I got some mobility in this season. I'm not going to be afraid to go into the places that God has called me to go in this season, because he's given me room to move. He's given me room to soar. He's given me room to fly. Come on, somebody. Just like the spies in Numbers 13, you have all of these spies. It was 12 spies, right? That went in to spy out the land, right? And depending on their perspective or their position, they came back with a different report. And see, with this, you see with this chair right here, I can look, I can turn, I can see, I can look and see what's behind me. This was hidden the whole time with my other chair. Are y'all listening to me? All of this was hidden with my other chair. And it's just like when the spies went in to spy out the land. 10 of them looked, and that their perspective was one way. And then there were 2 of them that said, but wait a minute, I see something different. And I believe that it was based on the fact that they were positioned differently, that their expectation was different, that they knew they had a promise from God about what was already theirs. And so when they went and crossed over into the promised land, there were giants there. But you know what was more evident to Joshua and Caleb was the fact that what they were looking at was already theirs. So it didn't matter who was in it. It belonged to them. Come on, somebody. Are y'all listening to me? So it doesn't matter who's in it. It doesn't matter what anybody else says or where anybody else is positioned right now. The important thing is this, that you already own it, because God already said that it's yours. You already own it. It's already yours. So the business, the dreams, the destiny that you've already seen in the realm of the spirit, it already belongs to you. And when you get into it, when you walk in it, it's not a matter of whether or not you can do it. It's already yours. And so depending on the perspective, depending on the outlook, depending on the positioning, that's going to dictate what kind of report, right, Aisha? April, what kind of report? This season that I'm in, I can see more, I can see better, I can move around. I'm not stuck. I'm not trying to maintain a posture from an old season. I'm ready to do the new thing that God is doing. And so we got to look at it from a perspective of, what did God say? Right, Erica? What did God say? Like I'm not blinded from what God said. I'm not blinded from what God promised me. And so it's about perspective. How are you going to look at this thing? Now, the 10 were like, listen, there are giants over there. There are giants over there. And listen, I ain't getting ready to mess with those giants. But what Joshua and Caleb saw was that the goodness of the land. But the 10 spies saw the giants. And so what happened? Because they saw themselves as grasshoppers, they just said that, well, so these people see me the same way. They see me as a grasshopper. I see myself as a grasshopper, and I know they see me as a grasshopper, so I'm not even getting ready to try. But don't you understand that even though they may have been giants, that the spies that went in, that they had more with them, right? Because God was with them than what the giants had. And so we just got to have the right perspective, y'all. I may be bottom on the totem pole. People may look at me, they may overlook me, right? And it's okay, because even though they may seem like giants, I have a giant God, and I know that God is with me. And I know that if he said that it's mine, it doesn't matter what anybody else says. And so I got to go after this thing. I got to have the spirit of Joshua and Caleb, and I got to say, listen, we will, we can defeat them. I can defeat anything that's stopping me and in the place of my promise that's not supposed to be there. I can defeat anything that's there. Anything. And I want you to get that this evening. When you begin to change perspectives, you see things differently. Whereas one time you may have seen yourself as a grasshopper, you may have seen yourself as, just a peon. You got to begin to see yourself through the eyes of God and know whatever it is that God has ordained for your life, it's already yours. So it doesn't matter what's going on right now. It doesn't matter how hard they say it is to get to the next level. It doesn't matter what they say about, the economy. None of that stuff matters because God has already given you a promise. And when God gives you a promise, there is no giant anywhere that can do anything about it. And so, listen, we got to change our lenses. That's right. When we change our lenses, our vision is clearer. When we change our lenses, we got to put on the right lenses. We got to have the right perspective, right, Tiffany? We got to have the right perspective. God is with me, and I'm not supposed to look, act, or pretend. That's right. God is with me. So it's your focus. It's your focus. Where is your focus in this season? And are you in a place where you understand that you have the capacity? And sometimes when we remove things out, like I removed my big pretty chair, I had to move it out, but it gives me so much more room, and I have so much more mobility and so much more freedom to move around. That's what you're going to find in this season. That as you are making your way to your promise, God is going to show you what to remove. He's going to change your perspective. And so you're going to have that perspective of Joshua and Caleb to go in and say, we can do this. I saw everything that God said. That's what Joshua and Caleb said. I saw everything that we were promised. And you, all you saw was giants, but I saw everything. The milk and honey, all of that. I saw those big old grapes that, we had to get staves in order to carry. I saw all of the goodness of the land. So you got to make sure that your perspective and that your positioning is right in this season so you won't be hindered in your place of promise. Y'all got it? Y'all got it tonight? Listen, I told y'all going to be sick of me. They done let me out of Facebook jail. And I'm telling you, I got all this stuff stored up that I got to share, that I got to get out here, that I got to let you know about in this season. And let me tell you, it's some good stuff. And so the turnaround is here. The turnaround is here, y'all. It is absolutely, positively here. This is the season for us to see the hand of God. Listen, I'm twirling and swirling in my new chair. I got mobility that I ain't had before. I can move in ways I couldn't move before. Come on. It may look a little different, but let me tell you, all things are working together for good, for my good. Oh my goodness. God is good, y'all. God is good. That's right. I can shift like I need to shift. I can get up and down more easily now. I can get up and down. And so it's just a good thing. It's just a good thing. So glad you guys are on. We got so much going on. I don't even know where to start to get you guys caught up on everything that's going on right now. One of the things that I do want to mention is that I have a new cohort for coaching students. Yes, a new cohort in my Living on Purpose coaching certification program is coming up on June 20th. We shifted the date because there were a few people that said they needed a little more time. I had some things going on in the background. We were originally supposed to start on the 6th, but now we're going to start on the 20th. So that gives you a little more time to get your stuff together to be a part of that next cohort that will start on June 20th. And so if you go to KimberlyJonesGlobal.com, KimberlyJonesGlobal.com, you'll be able to come on, Hope. You need to come on and be in that class. You can be in that class with the other students who are going to sign up. We have a few that have already signed up, and we're looking for more to sign up as we've extended the time for that one. So if you go to, I'm going to put my Kimberly Jones Global. If you go to my website, you can find out information about that. And some of you have been waiting. Some of you have been putting it off as far as being a part of my coaching certification program. But this is the season for it. So the second half of this year, you'll be well into being certified and getting your business or your ministry off the ground so that you can get out there and you can help people change their perspective. Okay. That's what coaching is all about. Equipping people with the tools that are necessary for them to be able to see themselves and see their lives as God has ordained it. And so we have several of our coaches. We have Coach Tiffany Thompson that's on here, Coach Aisha Neal, who some of my other coaches. I saw a few others on here. I thought I did. Coach Erica Hardy is on here. Coach Erica Brooks, Coach April Dixon. I love my coaches. Let me tell you. Listen, if you've been thinking about it, just do it. I love it, Aisha. All of those individuals that you just heard me call out, those are coaches who have gone through my program and are now certified as personal development life coaches. So come on, I'm telling you, it's an amazing program. You don't want to put it off any longer because let me tell you, God is doing some amazing things through the discipline of coaching. And we'll be talking about that more as well. The other thing that I want you to know about, guys, if you have not heard about the RTA 12-hour global prayer room, oh my God, from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. every day, we are live in the global prayer room. We are praying about the affairs of the world as Holy Spirit leads and guides us every day. This is the season of the intercessor, okay? We got to be praying. If we're not praying, we're missing it. If we're not praying, we are missing it. And so we've been praying in this room since November 22nd, 13 hours. For the whole about a year and a half, we've been praying, every morning at 5 a.m. But we extended that thing to praying for 13 hours a day. And it's been going since November 22nd, 7 days a week, 13 hours a day, nonstop prayer. So listen, you need to be a part of that. If somebody can put the link for the global prayer room, bit.ly, all caps prayer at the altar, bit.ly, all caps prayer at the altar. So that's another thing that's been going on. Also, guys, I don't know if y'all listen. This is I showed my real estate writer sign. I became a licensed realtor at the beginning of April, like on April 1st or 2nd, something like that. I took my state exams, went back to school in end of February, took my state exam, beginning of April, passed that exam. And so now I'm out here moving and shaking. So that's another thing that we're going to see God do some miraculous things with this a license as a realtor. So if you guys know anybody, send them my way. We're getting our feet wet in all of this so that we can see some things happen. God said do it. And so I said, okay. And here we are. So there's so many things that are happening. I won't inundate you with all of it right now. There's more things that are going on that I want you to avail yourselves to. Oh, I am going to share this one with you, though. I'm going to share this one, and this will be it. Many of you are aware of the situation that occurred in Texas with the shooting. And one of the things that the Lord has had me do is really to reach out to some churches, some pastors, some people in that area, and just offer my assistance, my prayers, my support, myself, in addition to RTA. And so we've had, the ability to be able to connect with some really, awesome people there. But one of the things that we're doing, myself and my sister Penny, we created this group called We Walk for Uvalde. And what we're doing is we are challenging individuals to become a part of that group and begin to walk every day because we need to do that anyway, address our physical health, and then get individuals to donate $1 per mile that you walk, and whatever, however many miles you want to walk. But it's just an effort to support and to be a part of the solution there. So if you want to be a part of that group, let's see. We Walk group. I think that's the Facebook group right there. So please, it'll be fun too. It's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to be posting the updates on our progress as far as our walking, and then just simply go out there and let people know what you're doing. And yeah, Shantae, be a part of it. It's gonna be a lot of fun. We've already started. Yesterday was the first day, so you just count your distance or your walking miles, and then record them in the group, and then go out there on your timeline or in your family and say, listen, I've walked. We'll do it we'll do a count at the end of each week, and then we can go out there and say, you know what, I walked such and such miles this week, and I challenge you to donate. If it's 20 miles, I challenge you to donate $20 to the Uvalde. We have a fund that we connected with. We legitimized it and everything. And so the link for them to make the donation is there. And so you can just give them the link and it goes directly to that foundation. Okay. So yes, I want you to be a part of that. Listen, guys, thank you for coming on tonight. Thank you for being a part of my great transition into my new chair. Somebody told me to take a spin. Here's my spin in my new chair. How y'all like that? How y'all like that? Ooh. Listen, that's what God is going to do in your life. He's getting ready to turn some things around. Couldn't do that in the other chair, okay? Couldn't do that in the other chair. Yes. Let's sign up, y'all. Let's do that. Let's do that together. Let's do that together. Listen, guys, have an amazing night. Don't forget, coaching certification program. If you have any questions, reach out. Let me know. Also, 12-hour global prayer room and our fundraiser for Uvalde. We Walk for Uvalde. I put the links up there so you guys make sure that you take a yes, you like my twirl. Y'all have a great Janine. Good to see you on, dear. Y'all have a great evening, and we'll see you. I'll be on tomorrow. See you guys later. Blessings. Thank you, Erica, for putting the RTA link up there too. Awesome. Bless you, Teresa. Glad you came on.